Good afternoon, 311 and Professor Ives. Today I'm going to be going over gluconeogenesis, which what we've learned from class is the creation of glucose through non-carbohydrate sources. Alright, so the first form of gluconeogenesis that I'm going to go over here is the Glycerol-Glucose cycle. So this is pretty much the breakdown of triglyceride into glucose. So in the adipose tissue, the triglyceride breaks down into a free fatty acid plus a glycerol. As you see here, the glycerol goes up to the bloodstream, which I'll explain later, the kind of, not the meeting point, but where both forms of glycerol are going to enter the liver. The free fatty acid, on the other hand, is going to go into the muscle where through beta oxidation it can it can create energy and enter Krebs in the electron transport system. But the triglyceride that's stored in that muscle breaks down into glycerol, because one of the big things about the Glycerol-Glucose cycle is that glycerol can't be used in the muscle right away. It's got to go leave the muscle, go across to the liver through the bloodstream, and that there it can be converted into glucose. So the glycerol from the muscle and the glycerol from the adipose tissue both enter the liver, get converted into glucose, and then can leave the liver where glucose can be used for the nervous system, or it can go back to the muscle where it can be used as energy or stored as glycogen. Alright guys, for the next form of gluconeogenesis, we're going to go over the Cori cycle. So what the Cori cycle is it's the conversion of lactate back into glucose. So here we're starting the muscle here. So as you can see, we're starting off with glycogen storage. We're feeling good, and then we start performing exercise. And then what happens is, through glycolysis, the glucose breaks down and we get into pyruvate. And now there's two roads that can kind of go down here. So rather, the pyruvate can be converted to acetyl-CoA and then hit the Krebs cycle and then go through the electron transport chain, or it can be converted into lactate through the enzyme LDH4 and 5, where the lactate is gonna leave the muscles via veins, and it's gonna enter our heart, big beautiful heart, and then it's gonna leave the vein through the arteries, and then it's gonna arrive at the liver. So in the liver, the lactate is gonna be converted into pyruvate through LDH1, and then it's going to turn back into glucose, and then the liver is going to send the glucose back to the muscle where it can be stored again as glycogen or used again as an energy source in the form of glucose. One other thing that is important is that the glucose can also be used in the nervous system here, because obviously this here is the bloodstream. So pretty much sorry, dropped my pencil there, but those are two forms of gluconeogenesis. There's also the phthalate cycle, which is the breakdown of protein into glucose, but I'm not going to get into too much depth on that one. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.